Hi everyone, Louis here from Entrepreneur Campfire. In this video, I want to share with you the pros and the cons of starting a dropship business in Malaysia. If that's what you're planning to do soon, then make sure to watch this video to find out what to prepare in your journey ahead. First of all, what's dropshipping? So dropshipping is a business model where instead of having to handle everything in your store from A to Z, someone is helping you handle the fulfillment part of the business. So all you have to do is set up your store, market it to customers, get the sales, and then send the order information to your partner who will be helping you to pack your orders and then ship it out to your customers. The dropship model can work wherever you can set up a store. This means for Malaysians, you can dropship to a store on Shopee, Lazada, or your own store on Shopify or Easy Store. It works internationally as well if you want to sell internationally to eBay, Amazon, and other marketplaces out there. So, what makes the dropship business model so popular? Let's look at the pros of dropshipping. The biggest benefit of starting a dropship business is that you have a low startup cost and low overheads. What this means is that you'll be spending most of your money on setting up your store and marketing, but you'll save money on inventory, warehousing, and warehouse staff for picking and packing. Those can be quite significant savings if you're just starting out and have a very low capital. Not having to carry inventory also gives you the benefit of being able to rapidly test the viability of many different products at one go. This is what makes a lot of dropshippers very successful, is that all they have to do is to take a picture of a product, edit it, create some marketing materials around it, and run rapid tests around them to find the winner product. If you had to carry inventory, you wouldn't be able to do this because it costs a lot of money just to test one new product every time. Other than that, you won't need to fulfill the orders yourself. So if you're starting out as a solopreneur in e-commerce, handling marketing alone will already feel like a lot of work. So imagine if you had to also fulfill the orders, handle a warehouse. These are the reasons why dropshipping is so popular. However, dropshipping isn't a bed of roses. There are also cons to dropshipping. What are the cons? So the biggest con is that although the startup fees and all the capital that you need to lay out to start the business is quite low, you'll also find that the margin that you can earn from every product can be quite low as well. That's because compared to a business owner who can bulk buy 1,000 pieces of the item, what you're doing is buying the items one by one. And usually this can mean a really big difference in the margins that you can earn because your suppliers won't be able to give you the best cost for the product. So typically for dropshippers, you're looking at a margin of between 5 to 15%, and that's not including your marketing costs yet. So if you add in your marketing costs, it will likely drop by half or more. Other than that, the other biggest con of dropshipping is that your entire business lies on how good your suppliers are. Remember that in a dropshipping business, you will be the front-facing person of your business, while your suppliers will be in the back end. Basically, if you don't tell people who your suppliers are, your customers will think that these products are in your warehouse and you're doing all the work to send them out. So if you have a good supplier, great, your customers will be happy with the products they receive and they'll receive them on time. But what if you have a bad supplier or your relationship with your supplier sours, and instead of providing your customers with the best service, they start to give your customers wrong products, they start to fulfill your orders late, or worst of all, they hike up your prices unexpectedly. Remember in point 1 where I say that the margins are already low? So imagine that if they jack up the prices 2x, then you'll be left with no choice but to do the same, or you have to find a new supplier very quickly, or have to pause your business to find that new supplier. So I would say for a dropship business, finding the right partners is key. The third con of a dropship business is that inevitably you face a lot of competition. It's very likely that there are thousands of others like yourself wanting to start a dropship business, and they'll find the same suppliers, the same products to dropship. There's very little for you to differentiate yourself from them, other than maybe if your prices are better or are better at marketing, better targeting, and so on. But if you're selling on a marketplace like Shopee, it's very hard for you to do that because your customers are very likely to do comparison shopping, and it's quite easy for them to do that actually. The last con is that there's a lot of marketing costs to dropshipping that a lot of new dropshippers may not be aware about. Now, if the product is quite popular, your marketing fee may be quite low. But if you're trying to introduce a new product to the market, then there's a lot of marketing costs that can come in, and this will eat into your profits once again. In some cases, it may even wipe out your entire profit and leave you in the red. So after considering the pros and cons of dropshipping, should you still dropship? So my answer is, if you're someone who is just starting out with e-commerce, you don't really have a huge marketing budget or capital, then it's a good place to start. It's also a good place to get started if you want to do some product testing, but it's not a long-term strategy. As I've mentioned, there's still the marketing cost that you need to bear, and there's so many uncertainties when it comes to your supplier. In fact, it's quite common for dropshippers to shift out of the dropshipping business model to start their own branded e-commerce store instead. As if you have a brand, then that will help you to build a long-term business as well as a brand that customers will remember you for. So in summary, dropship is a great start, but building a brand will ensure that your profits will keep growing year on year. I'd encourage you to start dropshipping to get a feel of how e-commerce works. Build up your capital, but don't stay in it for too long because your margins will first stagnate, then they'll start dropping. Alright, so that's it for my quick sharing on the pros and cons of dropshipping. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about starting a dropshipping business, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want more content like this, remember to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye bye.